Employees want two things: an authentic sense of purpose in their work. They want to know that they're making a difference, and they want opportunities for personal and professional development. We have crafted our program to give them both of those things. Team4Tech is a nonprofit. We're based in Silicon Valley. Our mission is to advance the quality of educational opportunities for underserved learners around the world. And the way we do that is by partnering with technology companies, engaging teams of their employees to provide tech-related capacity building and solutions to teachers and nonprofit staff around the world. A few years out of college, I spent 2.5 years in a small mountain village in rural Guatemala. That lit my passion for education as the greatest lever for combating intergenerational poverty. I ended up at Intel for 10 years, where I worked on the corporate social responsibility team, and so many of our 100,000 employees around the world kept coming to us and saying that they wanted to get involved in the work that we were doing. It was a trend that I was starting to see about employees really craving that greater sense of purpose, and it just grew from there. In the spirit of human-centered design, we wanted to start with the needs of the nonprofit staff, teachers, their learners first, and say, is technology a tool that can help here? If so, how? And give them the decision-making authority on what solutions they'd like to implement. We know that it's not enough to just go one time and drop off the technology, and so we stay engaged with the nonprofits for 3 to 5 years, checking in with them, making sure that they're advancing along a solutions roadmap that takes them from basic digital literacy to integration into day-to-day teaching and learning to creative problem solving and critical thinking using technology as a tool for project-based learning. We know that the team is going to be using their skills in a way that's really meeting the self-defined needs of our education nonprofit partners. We created a curriculum where we provide virtual training for 8 weeks prior to the project, helping the employees, the pro bono volunteers, really come to understand the context of the nonprofit, understand the problem statement, start to prototype what those capacity building materials will look like, get feedback from the nonprofit. Learners retain about 10% of what they study in a classroom environment, but it's over 60% in a real-life, project-based learning environment. So these employees are having a real-life experience. They're in an ambiguous context. There's a possibility of failure. We measure impact at 6-month increments, and so we report back to the companies and the employees of, here is what you have enabled. We know that change in learning outcomes takes time, but we've seen, for example, a project we did in Kenya when we introduced adaptive learning software to build early English literacy and numeracy for preschoolers through second graders. We saw reading scores double in less than a year. There's a true sense of purpose and satisfaction that comes out of that. For the employee volunteers, we survey them immediately after the project and 4 months later. What we hear back from them is 94% of them feel that there was a significant leadership development benefit. I would really encourage companies to just look hard at this type of experiential leadership development opportunity. We know that real life situations are more effective in building the higher order cognitive, social, complex problem solving skills that employees need. And why not craft them so that they have a positive societal benefit and bring that full set of resources that a company can offer and use that as an opportunity to develop employees.